Most people who keep hitting Claude Code limits think they need to upgrade or ration their usage. And that's exactly the wrong frame, because the actual problem is invisible and it's already sitting in your setup right now. I had the same issue, kept running out mid-session, and when I actually dug into it, I found I was burning over 50,000 tokens before I'd even typed a single message. And that number stopped me cold. So I went through everything, the MCP servers, my Claude.md file, skills, settings, and I fixed it. And I haven't hit a limit in weeks. I'm going to show you exactly what I changed, how I did it, using a Claude skill called the context audit that scans your entire setup, it scores it, and it tells you what to cut and why. So to get started, open up Claude Code and start a fresh session. The first thing you want to run is /context, because that will show you exactly how many tokens you're paying for before you start anything. And this is an eye-opener because most people don't know this. Now I'm actually using Opus 4.7 for this example. So I've got a 1 million token context window here. And before I've even done anything, right, it's already used 2% of my allowance, my usage limit. And actually gives me a breakdown of everything that's in here. Now that I have that, I can actually run the skill, which is /context-audit. And it's given me a quick audit. This took about a minute or two, and it's critical. I've got a score out of 100 and I'm at 25. And it's given me a context breakdown. Now, the critical factors for my weak performance, for things that need improvement, is I've got too many MCP servers. And I've got around 20 configured. I already know this because a lot of these are actually configured for when I'm recording videos for my YouTube channel. And it's actually giving me a list of all of these. Now, some of these I actually do use. So things like Airtable, Calendar, Gmail, Slack are definitely going to be ones that I use. I use them day to day, but I also use Claude Code to help me with my YouTube titles, with scripting, and so on. So it's actually giving me a breakdown of what's actually happening there. And it's giving me a top 3 fixes. So the easiest one is disabled unused MCP servers. That's the biggest win. It's going to start with duplication and it's going to free up resources on my Claude Code setup. So I've asked it, what's the easiest fix? Because I don't want to make a decision. The easiest one is the JSON overrides, which is about 10 seconds. It's zero risk, it's reversible. It's not actually going to damage your Claude Code installation. Want me to apply them? Yes, do it. And this is what it's come back with. A really quick, simple fix. It's done 2 changes inside of settings.json, added the compact window. So auto compact now triggers near 800,000 tokens instead of the default. So your 1 million context Opus sessions stay alive much longer before compaction. The bash commands return 5 times more output before getting truncated. And all this means in layman terms is that it doesn't load everything when it's starting a new session. So here's the thing that most people don't realize about how Claude Code works. So message 1, that pays for itself only. It's the cheapest message you'll ever send. Message number 10, that pays for messages 1 to 10. It's 11 times more expensive than message 1. This is when it starts to get exponentially more expensive. So now we're at message 20, pays for messages 1 to 20. This is now 21 times more expensive than message number 1. And you can see where this is going here. And before you know it, you've hit the limit, because every message rereads the entire conversation from scratch. Context compounds, limits compounds, and it doesn't matter if you're using the Pro plan or the Enterprise plan, eventually we're all going to hit the wall. And here's what most people don't talk about, because this makes it counterintuitive. And here's the thing, right? More context doesn't actually cost, because at a certain point, it actually makes the output worse. So when your context window gets bloated, the model starts paying more attention at the end of the conversation and less to the stuff at the beginning. So most of your instructions actually get ignored. And fundamentally, what that means is that a bloated context means that you're paying more and getting less reliable outputs. So I've made a list of the 4 biggest context culprits. You might want to screenshot this because this is gonna really open your eyes. The first one, and this is by far the biggest, is MCP servers. So each server dumps all its tools and definitions into the context on every single message, not just when you call it. And approximately one server is about 18,000 tokens. You multiply that by 3, that's 54,000 tokens before you've even done anything. The second one is a bloated Claude.md file. So Claude.md, it just tells Claude Code context. It tells it what the project should be. So fundamentally, think of it like a checklist. It goes through a checklist in a markdown format, which is what the .md stands for. And it just basically plugged into every Claude Code session, so it knows what to do. And fundamentally, this helps you create a very standardized, consistent output. But there's a problem with that, because it loads context into every session, every single message. It will contradict dead rules, vague instructions, and it does this burning tokens for nothing. And a bloated file, that's 5,000 tokens right out the gate before you've even done anything. The third biggest culprit is verbose skills. So this is installed into every skill, and it loads metadata into every session. And so the free marketplace skills can be anywhere between 400 to 800 lines of instructions. And remember, more instructions does not equal better output. And past a certain point, Claude ignores it anyway, so there's no point. The fourth biggest culprit is the wrong settings. So auto compact fires at 83%. That's the default setting. And what that means is quality degrades before you even get there. Because remember what I told you earlier, past a certain point, Claude ignores everything else in the beginning or in the middle of the conversation. So what are the key takeaways? Well, here's what you're paying for before message 1. MCP servers, if you have 3 running, it's about 54,000 tokens. A bloated Claude.md file is about 5,000. And verbose skills will add about 13,000 tokens. Your starting weight is 72,000 tokens before you've even done anything. And every message you send will compound on top of that. There are some quick fixes, so run MCP at the session start, disconnect servers that you don't use. Better still, just remove any servers they don't need, that you don't use, don't have them hanging around. Slim your Claude.md file. You can actually do that inside of the context audit and just make it lean. Don't use 10 lines when 2 will do. Because remember, more prompting does not equal better outputs. Finally, set auto compact to 75%. You can actually do this inside of the context audit skill. The skill will do it for you. Set bash output to 150,000 characters. That's just fancy speak for keeping everything lean, keeping it frictionless. So you basically use less tokens than you need to. And the best thing you could do is change your habits that will save you the most. So use a /clear between unrelated tasks. That sets your context to 0. And that's the single biggest token saver on this list. Use plan mode before you start big tasks. Right, get Claude Code to plan the project, the outline, or the overview. That's going to save you tons of tokens. Edit the message, don't send a correction. Now, this is one that I've had to kind of recondition my brain into using because I'm somebody that will send a prompt and then will basically send another prompt to change the first message. But if you can, edit the message before you send it, because follow-ups add the bad reply plus your fix plus the new reply. So all that's compounding, which means you're going to be burning more tokens. And the last one is use the right model for the job. I recommend Sonnet for code, Haku for agents, and Opus for architecture decisions. If you want the context audit skill, there's a link in the video description below. Drop it in your skills folder and run /context-audit. It gives you a score. It tells you exactly what to cut and why, and you can run it anytime your setup starts to feel heavy again. If you enjoyed this video, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, because I'm somebody that is knee deep in AI. I use it for my own projects. I use it when I'm building workflows, apps, services for my clients, and I spend all day inside of Claude Code. So if there's a skill or if there's anything that I can do to make it leaner, meaner, and use less tokens, I'm absolutely gonna invest into that. Thank you so much if you made it this far. And before you go, say it with me, something magical is going to happen today, because it absolutely will. This context audit skill is going to save you a lot of time, a lot of tokens, but more importantly, it's going to save your sanity, especially when you hit that usage limit. Give it a go, leave your comments below, and I'll see you next time.